We are a company that builds predictive models. So we help companies make predictions about their customers. And I want to share with you today a little bit of the work we've been doing with RML. We also work in other sectors. We work with 3 of the top auto insurers in the United States, and also in the UK and worldwide. We work with some of the largest telcos, which are all based in China, which our colleagues in China will know all about. It is a humbling experience to live in a country of 4.5 million people and then deal with some clients. China Mobile has 450 million customers. So it's always a humbling experience to come from a small country and be working with very, very large data sets. So while Paul asked, we had a very large deck to work with, slide deck with you today. And Paul and I a couple of weeks ago said that what we would like to do instead is actually just give an overview of what predictive analytics means. And I know that a lot of you are doing very sophisticated predictive models at the moment, so if you'll just bear with me, as I like to just make sure we have kind of a level playing field here, by going through some of the basics of what we can and can't do in helping your businesses to become more effective by using the ability to make predictions from the data you already have, even if it's not in Spain. Before you have a quiz sheet here. I think sheet one has 7 boxes, and I thought I'd be very grateful if you might just go run your eye over this and tick the boxes that you think are appropriate. The question is, predictive analytics enables me to, if you could just run through that and tick the boxes. And what we're going to do is, there's a bottle of champagne. Unfortunately, the girl wasn't available to come as well. And if I can just pass this bowl round, if you put your business card in, we'll make the draw at the beginning of the afternoon session. Thank you. We'll have a bit of competition here. So we'll just divide the room up into 2 sections here. So we're going to ask this group, first of all, hands up if predictive analytics helps target people most likely to repay. Who believes that in this group here? And who doesn't believe that? All right, absolutely. Cool. I think Spain's going to figure largely in this conference from now on after your comments. All right, so yes, absolutely. So you've heard scoring already several times this morning, and scoring is what predictive analytics does. It builds scorecards. So one of the things that you can focus on is you can build scorecards of who you believe as the most likely to repay your debts. And one of the interesting things about those scorecards is even when you get a drop in repayments, that ordering that you have of those people likely to pay should still remain the same if you have a good model. So your percentage of response rate may decline, but that scorecard should still stand you in good stead, whether it's in good times or bad times. So that's one of the key things that predictive analytics is used for in the collections industry. So now over to you, this side of the room. Hands up those people that think predictive analytics enables me to better price purchase ledgers. Just a handful. Right. Well, it has been used for that, because if you can better assess the amount that you're going to be able to earn off your ledger, then you can better price that. And certainly some of the price volatility that Tuku actually alluded to in the marketplace, that is an important criteria at this time. Okay, back over to you then. So will predictive analytics help locate the phone number of the champagne girl? Hands up, please. Yes, sir, could I have your reasons?
Is my wife in the room?
I'm sure it is, I just don't know how to do that at the moment, but I'd like to talk to you afterwards because it could be an opportunity for us as a business, so thank you. Okay, over to this side. Can predictive analytics help reduce your interest payments in purchase ledger? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, because it reduces your recovery, the period that you can recover that initial purchase amount. So it absolutely has a huge impact on that side of things. Over this side, improve ROI. Hands up. Anyone believe that? Absolutely. Lots of experience, I think, as well there. And I think we just had some pretty graphic examples of that. Increase profits through effective recovery rates. Yeah, so this is all about the new professionalism that we just heard about in the last presentation. You know, can you actually run a business nowadays in this new competitive market where the gap between the professionals and those aren't so professional is widening? Can you afford not to be without predictive analytics? The answer has to be no. You cannot operate a professional business now without some scoring mechanisms over a wide range of activities that your businesses are operating in. Okay, the last one, reduce operational costs. Over to you, gentlemen and ladies. Yes? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the absolute key things. So we heard again, too, mentioning about the ability, the efficiencies required in order to make those contacts with customers. If you know which customers to make contact with in the first place, that's a huge step in the right direction. So predictive analytics can impact on a huge, wide area of business. And Paul Hilton from RML and I gave this, the longer version of this presentation at the Predictive Analytics Conference in San Francisco earlier this year. And one of the things that came out for me at that conference, where there were people from all over the world and all sectors, which was so interesting, from Google to German banks, everywhere, to the US Army predicting defects in their military vehicles, that predictive analytics is a fundamental core facet of business in any mature market sector, and it is growing. So the ability to make predictions, to score customers, to use the information that you already have on your customers to make predictions to increase your efficiencies as a business is now not a peripheral nice to have, it is absolutely core to what it is that you're doing as a business today.